Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will see how to deploy a Node.js application to AWS. So for that I have taken one of the public repository which is Kunal Verma's. So now we can fork so that a copy of it will be there in our repository. Click on fork. Here I have already forked it, hence it is coming like that. So select your ID and then the repository name and then click create fork. Then it will come like this. So we can clone the repository. I'm opening Git bash. We are under downloads folder. Git clone. It got cloned. Now cd change directory to that folder which is AWS-session. Okay. Now we can use Visual Studio for better understanding, and it is always better to use Visual Studio if you want to make any changes to the code or you want to start any application. So for that, code space dot, it will automatically open your Visual Studio. Along with that, okay, it got opened. Now open the terminal as well. For you, by default, if it's a Windows machine, it will show as PowerShell. You need to change it to Bash. Some people are good with PowerShell. If you are okay, then use PowerShell. But most of the changes or most of the OS we use is Linux for DevOps. So hence use Bash for better understanding. Click on this plus button. So we are using Git bash. So click on Git bash. Yeah, now we are here. Now we have to create a .env file for adding the environment variables. It got added. Now if you open the repository, there is a readme. We have cloned this one. Copy the .env file. We have pasted it. So how can we get the domain name? Port we can keep it as it is. Static directory we can keep it as it is. Publishable key we need to get it, and secret key we need to get it. This is http colon slash slash local host colon 3000. It is just providing on which domain it needs to be deployed. Here for publishable key, this is not the one. Let me quickly check that. Okay, sorry for the delays. So here the application name is stripe.com. Here we have to sign in using the Google account. Click on continue. This is just to get the API keys for this application. As per your Node.js application, whether you want to keep any API keys, how you are authenticating is completely depending on the Node.js application. Click on settings. So just checking what are enabled. Here Node.js SDK language. Okay, click on developers here. Click on API keys. So here we have got publishable key as well as secret key. Click to copy. So where we need to give is here. This is the publishable key. And this is the secret key. Paste. Okay. Always enable this option if you are using Visual Studio for the first time, auto save, so that even if you miss any change, it gets auto saved. All right, it's done. Now we have to install npm command not found. This is because npm there is an issue, or if so, here we are using this bash. Let's download npm. This is the official one, latest. We are downloading in Linux. Let's try in Linux. nvm npm, copy it to clipboard, paste it, enter. Close and reopen your terminal to start your nvm or run the following command. Okay, I think it got installed. Let's close, reopen the terminal. Now let's do npm install. I think it's taking time. Let's run npm install again. Again, command not found. Run this. Because every time the nvm environment variable is not set, that's why it is unable to find npm. Hence, it is saying command not found even though it is installed. It is running. You can see something here. Okay, we are good. Added 104 packages and audited 105 packages. That means we are good. Now we have to start the application. For that, we need to run not this one. We have executed this. We need to execute this. npm run start. Okay, this is the application. We are starting. Okay, you may access your app at, because this is the one we have given here. Control and click. Yeah, it is accessible now. That means we have deployed it in our local. Now we have to deploy the same in AWS. For that, log into your AWS console. Right, we have logged in. There are no instances as of now. So let's go to IAM. Now we have logged in as a root user. We have to create another account. I can say it's another user. As of now, there are 0 users. Let's create one. Click on create user. Username you need to give. I'm giving here Nusha-K. Provide user access to AWS console, which is optional, but still you can give access. Select this option. I want to create an IAM user. Click on custom password. Give any password. As of now, you can remove it, but in any organization, you must select this so that the user can change their password. I think we are good. I have given all the details. Press next. Here, 3 options are there. Add user to a group if there is an existing group, or create a new group, so that the same permissions we can give, if for example to the same team, if any other user or candidate is joining, we can grant access, or we can directly add the user to that group so that the group permissions will apply to that user. If there is any other user and if you want to copy the permissions, this one, for this one, attach policies directly. As of now, we are giving the admin access, but it is always recommended to cross verify what are the policies and then do that. I think we are good. Maybe we might need to give EC2 as well. There are overall 1, 3, 5, 4 permission policies. So for everything there is a policy, whichever you want, you need to select. So as of now, we have selected only the administrator access. Click on next. The name, custom password. This one. Tag are the key value pairs you can add to the AWS resource. Choose any tags if you want. Think it's not required. Retrieve password. Now return to the users. User has been created. If you click on the user permissions, if you want to update any groups, tags, security, credentials, last access, all these details will be present here. So this actually comes under a separate topic under AWS that we can check later. Now we have to log in as that user, sign into that console. Don't actually remember this. Count is required. So again, we need to check where we can find the account ID. It is saying it is important for logging in. This is the username. I think this is the account ID. Because there might be multiple IDs. Let's copy this, sign out, sign into the console again. Remember this account. The username is this, and let's enter the password. Sign in. Okay, now we have logged in. Any location you can keep it. Now we have to search for EC2. Select EC2. Let's go to the dashboard. Now we have to launch a new instance. Click on launch instance. Node.js demo. Yes. Select Ubuntu. This is 64-bit T2 micro. If you have key pair already there, you can use that one. Else you need to create a new key. Let's create demo and then PEM. It got downloaded. Now SSH, this one is important. By default, it is anywhere. So from anywhere we can access this. That's it. Click on launch instance. The new instance is getting created. I'm using mobile XTerm for connecting to that. New session SSH. The remote host is public IPv4 address. Copy that. Ubuntu. This is the user. Advanced SSH settings. Use private key. Select the private key demo.pem which we have downloaded. Click OK. Yes, we have downloaded. We have logged into this now. Okay, we have logged in. Now let's check what is the next step. We have logged in. Either we can log in through Git Bash using this or that. On the Ubuntu on remote VM, copy this, paste. It is just updating all the packages. Now here we need to check whether Git is present or not. Yeah, we are good. Most of it will come automatically. So Git is present here. Control L again. Now again we need to clone the repository. Git clone this one, or we have already forked it, and copy this, paste it. Sorry. One more cross verification is git version. We have git already installed on this. Now git clone. Here I think we have to check whether node is already running or not. Node is not found. Now we have to install Node.js. Sudo apt install node.js. Could not find. I think direct Node.js. There is no dot. Yes. Okay. Now check node-v. Yeah, we are good. Now I think npm also we have to install. Are there any steps for that? No. Pt install npm. Okay, it's done. Let's check npm if npm is installed. Yeah, it's done. Now let's do git clone. It's done. Let's go to this directory. Now we have to create, we are just following the same steps which we have done in our local. Now touch.env. Here it won't show. ls-lart. This is just to find the hidden ones. Here it is there. Now vi.env. It's let's copy paste whatever is present. This is our .env in our local. I think it's not copied properly. Copy, paste, save. We have copied this two. Think yeah, we are good. Let's clear the terminal. Now npm install. Right, it's done. Now npm run. Start. Now let's go back to our instance. Copy, colon 3000, because this is where we have deployed the application. So that might be a proxy or firewall. EC2. So here nowhere we have added the port. That's why that is security group. We need to check which security group it is using. We have to make the changes to that specific security group. If you just select bottom, you can see this is the IP address, this is VPC subnet. But where is the security group? Monitoring security. This is the security group. Let's copy this, paste. This is the one. Click on this, select this, edit inbound rules. So here the port is only listening to 22, which is SSH. Now we have to add 3000 as well. Add rule, custom TCP. Three thousand. We have to add this again. Think we are good. Anywhere we have given. Click on save rules. So we just saved the rules. Can see the security rule has been added. SSH is for 22 and now 3000 we have added for the application. Now let's try this again. Yeah, it's working fine now. We are all good. Finally, the application has been deployed to AWS. This is the IP address of the AWS EC2 instance. You can take any Node.js application, whichever you like, and you can try deploying the same. And if you are facing any issues, please do comment. We can check on it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.